Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wherever you're listening around the world, a very warm welcome from London in the UK. Here is today's news about electric cars and the future of transport. My name is Martin Lee. This is your EV News Daily for Tuesday, the 27th of March, 2018. Coming up on the show today, some fantastic fleet news about how most company car journeys could be done with an electric car, and nice one, Norway. They're going electric very quickly. But first of all, some beautiful Bentley batteries could be on the cards, as Bentley's lead designer Stefan Salaf recently told Auto Express that a full electric Bentley is something I'm extremely convinced we have to do. It will happen, not so far in the future. Now, for a car executive, they're used to not saying anything because it's also competitive and trade secrets and things. I think we can take that as a pretty strong yes for something coming soon from Bentley. And it ties into what had been previously reported about possibly using the Mission E platform from Porsche. Well, the electric luxury car segment makes so much sense to electrify from the perspective of the driver, in that electric cars are quiet, very fast, and from an engineering perspective, those large cars provide ample room for a nice big 100 or 120 kilowatt battery underneath the floor for those nice long ranges that well, the compact little city car segment hasn't really nailed yet, maybe apart from the Zoe ZE40. Plus, of course, you stick a motor on the front and the rear axle and you get incredible speed, incredible safety. The new software systems do amazing things with traction control, all required on a big luxury Bentley. And as for the designer of those cars, well, an EV takes away all of the engine and transmission guff that you normally get with combustion engines. So for a luxury car, that can be used for extra cabin and passenger space, which is extremely important if you want lots of lovely legroom in the back in case you're being chauffeured. Well, they can start with a blank sheet of paper to reimagine something fresh, and designers just love that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Those luxury cars, you know, they need to waft across continents and long distances with 4 or 5 adults and all of their luggage, and an EV powertrain suits that perfectly. Well, this is all part of a plan to bring a new type of customer to Bentley. Auto Express say that the next generation Continental GT will come with a plug-in hybrid drivetrain, and the Crew manufacturer plans to have its entire range electrified within the next 6 to 7 years, by 2025 at the latest. Speculation at one time was that the EV would be called the Bonato, an homage to Joel Wolf Babe Bonato, one of the original Bentley boys of the 1920s. Well, a new report from ALD Automotive shows that nearly all company car journeys could be taken in an electric vehicle. ALD's telematics showed that 77% of fleet journeys were less than 100 miles a day. They surveyed some random company cars covering a total of 95,000 miles and 2,396 hours of total journey time. Well, 52% of daily journeys were in fact below 50 miles a day. And only 12% of those journeys were over 150 miles. Matt Dale, who is the consultancy services manager for ALD, says increasingly we're seeing the opportunity for fleets to employ a more holistic mobility strategy that looks beyond traditional view of a single company car. For many journeys, public transport, car sharing, carpooling and hiring cars are a sensible option from a cost and convenience perspective. On the few occasions where electric vehicles aren't practical, drivers can supplement their travel with these more appropriate forms of transport. Well, fleets may well find that due to the lower total cost of ownership implications of running both plug-in hybrids and pure BEVs, they can afford to use other smart mobility solutions and get their company employees on trains and things like that and still save money. Well, a report on Electrive today shows that EV sales in Norway now have them at 5.1% of the total market. Last year, pure BEVs were up over 40% in 2017. There are now over 142,000 all-electric cars and vans currently driving around Norway on some very lovely clean energy from all of their lovely renewables. Well, Tesla's had a slow start to the year in January, February in Norway, but just exploded with deliveries, over 1,000 so far in March, and we've got another week-ish of the month to go. In the capital, Oslo, For every 1,000 cars you see drive past, 37 are now pure electric. Well, the New York International Motor Show is coming up soon, and a press release landed from Jaguar Land Rover to say they'll be at the show with the F-Pace, the I-Pace and the E-Pace. That's the compact performance SUV. They really are reimagining over the last few years since they started this Pace series. Jaguar has been on a bit of a roll, actually, and you can see they've got a very bright future. The designer Ian Callum got a real knack for knowing exactly what people want at the moment. Of course, the SUV size is just exploding all around the world, but Jaguar particularly have been on a bit of a reinvention. Of the I-Pace, they say the Jaguar I-Pace is the electric vehicle that drivers have been waiting for. It's clean, it's smart, it's safe. The I-Pace delivers sustainable sports car performance and artificial intelligence technology, along with 5-seat SUV practicality, to place Jaguar at the forefront of the EV revolution, they say in their press release. State-of-the-art 90 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery with 432 pouch cells as a reminder. The I-Pace has a range of 480 Ks on the WLTP cycle. Owners can go from 0 to 80% of their battery in 40 minutes using rapid DC charging at 150 kilowatts. I thought it was 100. I must be wrong. I'd had that noted down that the Jaguar was 100 and that the Audi e-tron was going to be 150. But this is great. Press release from Jaguar corrects me. Fantastic. Nice fast charging speed. When we finally get some of those 150 kilowatt chargers launched, they're coming soon, don't worry. Well, a portfolio of electrified products will be introduced across the entire model range. Fully electric, plug-in hybrids and mild hybrids as well. Coming with some ultra-clean engines, they say. Not sure burning things will ever be ultra clean, but we're with you, Jaguar. We love you. And finally, according to Clean Technica, the Workhorse brand are going to introduce the N-Gen, the all-electric van at the San Francisco City Hall tomorrow on March the 28th. The all-electric battery N-Gen is an all-wheel drive delivery vehicle that features a really low floor height and a very tall roof for ease of access. The N-Gen vans are going to be available in San Francisco Bay Area from next month in April, and the N-Gen van has a range of just 100 miles. Now, I know that's not mind-blowing, but if you think about the kind of light duties that it's going to be doing, like we told you about those UPS vans in London that are going to go back to their depot and charge every night. Well, Workhorse is doing the same thing. They've developed a very large plug-in hybrid delivery van for UPS as well, and WB Mason with lowering the tailpipe emissions and some very low fuel and maintenance costs. As well as doing their own thing, they're working with other people as well, but their own vans are pure electric, and they launch next month. Follow the link in the show notes to read more from the Clean Technica article. Well, I'd love you to help me spread the word about electric cars, and together, if you know somebody who would like this podcast, share it with them, and then you and I can spread the word. You can listen to every previous episode. I don't take them down. They're all on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, YouTube. The audio goes on YouTube because I know there's a few people that just like listening to podcasts on YouTube. It's on TuneIn now as well. For any Tesla drivers, thank you very much to one of our listeners that suggested that. It took me a couple of weeks to get on TuneIn, but we're there. And also the WordPress blog that I bung all of it on, so it's always recorded online. evnewsdaily.com. You can subscribe. It's free to subscribe to. You get every new episode automatically first and free if you're a subscriber. On Twitter, come and say hi at EVNewsDaily. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you tomorrow.